Hello, beer troopers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hobbits. Today, looking at another Nitro beer from Left Hand Brewing Company. I recently did their Vitbier on Nitro, which was quite fun. It's not as good as some other Vitbiers, but the whole Nitro aspect, I think, is Nitro was really big years ago. But I've had a thing with Guinness, revisiting that beer and trying like Brewdog Jet Black Heart and Nitro, and also London Black by Anspech and Hop Day, and then like really getting intrigued and like, yeah, Nitro is actually an interesting thing, and it can work wonders for some beers, and it can be really nice. That velvetiness you get out of it is really cool. So Nitro beer is a thing of the past, but some really do it well still. Even Omnipoi has played with it in their big stouts. But this is a bottle of Nitro beer from Left Hand. Oh, there's a bit of beer there left. And this is their Nitro Peanut Butter Milk Stout, which is a spin on their famous Milk Stout. Their Milk Stout was really popular, especially when they came out with the Nitro version. That was massive back in the day. And this is a 6.2% stout. I guess this is a sweet stout / milk stout, or just milk stout, on 25 IBUs. And it says it's super smooth, peanut buttery bliss with notes of milk chocolate. And it's brewed with powdered peanuts and natural peanut butter flavor, which is usually what you find in beers like this. So this is, I guess, early pastry stout. I don't know when they released it for the first time. I think they've done quite a few variants on the Nitro Milk Stout. But Left Hand is like the kings of Nitro in the States, I've been told. And the Nitro Pumpkin Spice Latte that I had last year was pretty freaking dope. That was really good. The Vitbier was not as good, and like the regular milk stout was also really good at Nitro. So it'll be fun to try this. The thing is, they tell you to get this really cold and pour it hard because you want to release the Nitro, and I did, but then you have a really cold stout, so you should try and warm it for a bit. So this might be a little bit too cold for my liking when I'm drinking stouts, but we'll see. Maybe it's just going to be even more dessert-like. But let's check it out. So pours and nice color, and I'm using my stout glass that they helped co-develop at Left Hand from Spiegelau. I never used this, but this was what you used back in the day. I don't know if people still use this, but I used to use it a lot. So yeah, it looks nice in the glass. It's like a fairly pitch black color, actually. Just a little bit of brown notes coming through in the bottom of the glass. It's got that nice silky frothy head, not as thick as a Guinness. And I think maybe I was a bit slow in dunking it out, or maybe I didn't activate it hard enough. Sometimes you like shake the bottle a bit to act like 1, 2, 3, 4 or something like that, and then pop pour. Same with cans to activate it properly. But it still did the cascading effect, and we got the nice head, which is creamy looking and tan. And then you see those tiny bubbles. Let's check out the aroma. I can smell it already. Yeah, it smells interesting. It also smells like banana. Toffee and peanuts and chocolate, milk chocolate. There's something in Denmark, you could get these caramel banana lollipops, hard candies, sucking candies, which was caramel and banana flavored. And it smells exactly like that. That's really weird. I'm just getting that like in like spades, but there's definitely chocolate underneath, and then like a little bit of that like marshmallowy, vanilla lactic sweetness from lactose, which is what you use in milk stouts. But like a milk stout that's like this ABV can be really good, actually. It's too rare you find them these days, though. Like most of the time, dark beers are imperialized. See here, Rocky Mountain water, malted barley, lactose, rolled oats, peanuts, natural peanut butter flavor, hops, and yeast. So I'm guessing it's just the peanut butter flavoring that's giving that note off that reminds me of banana. And I can't find a packaging date on this. I picked this up on Beer Republic. It's one of the only places I've seen left-hand beers in Europe in years. But they had this on there. It smells good, though. Let's try it. Cheers. Albeit a little artificial. Yeah, that's like drinking. It's like drinking. It's not exactly like Guinness. First and foremost, it's richer, and I think maybe the nitro is not as well activated in this because it doesn't feel as like pillowy as the previous beer did. It's really sessionable though, like great balance between sweetness and dryness and slightly toasty, roasty maltiness. I think I'd like the non-peanut butter version more. Like it's only got peanut flavor, but it's also got something that reminds me of banana and toffee, which is super weird. Sometimes these flavoring extracts can be odd, and I think that's definitely dominating here. It reminds me of when like people are doing pastry and they just use pastry stouts and use loads of extracts. But here there's a really nice simple base beer, like the milk stout from Left Hand, which is really good. It's got like a slick, sweet vanilla feel without being cloying, which is really nice. Not heavily roasted, just more like toasty. It's almost as if you did like an Irish dry stout as a milk stout and stronger with a bit more character of malts. It's charry as well, a bit of a burnt note on the back, a bit of a burnt coffee note. But the flavoring, like the peanut flavor, really dominates a lot actually. It's like hard to cut through the other notes in here. But it's pretty damn tasty still. Like I wouldn't mind sipping on this and taking, if I was at a bar and this was on Nitro, I wouldn't mind having a pint, but I would rather take the non-adjuncted version. Like if I want like crazy adjuncts, then give me a big crazy barrel-aged pastry stout or something like that, and then split it with some friends usually. But this is interesting. I can see appeal to this. There's something that also reminds me of drinking like pastry stouts when they were just starting to come out, when loads of people used extracts. So there's something in this reminding me a little bit of actually Omnipoyo's Yellow Belly, which is now called something else, which I forget. But Omnipoyo and Buxton, because they also use some flavors to make it pastry-fied. But there's even vibes that reminds me of that. It's not half bad though. It's not half bad. I could just be excellent without, like I maybe just would want the milk stout on Nitro. Because I could be without that like very strong artificial taste that's a bit off, like weird banana-y as well. But that's what happens when you use natural flavors. These flavoring compounds, they might be, naturally occurring, but they often end up tasting a bit different than the real deal. And the reason why is like in the past people wouldn't put in the real deal because most of the things that are made, like if you put in Reese's peanut butter cups, which is on the label, there's a lot of stuff in there that will ruin like head retention on beer, and like there's so much about like the aesthetic, and like you can't do that because this is what people know as beer. These days it's like whatever. People put in everything. People don't care. Like it's like it doesn't matter. If it says that's not in it, people will drink it. It's so funny. Like when haze came out, people were like, "Oh shit, this is hazy. What's wrong with it?" Like now, people want haze. It's crazy. But yeah, this is decent. I mean, I like it. I'm not super fired up, but I like it. I think it is. It might go to a 90, let's see. But right now, I'm thinking like 88, 89, something like that. It's not really breaching 90, but I think it might because it's actually quite enjoyable. It's a nice, light dessert beer that's not too cloying. So, yeah, it's fun stuff. So, yeah, 88, 89, something like that. For the Left Hand peanut butter milk stout on Nitro. If you guys had this one, let me know what you thought of it. There's actually vibes, and this one reminds me a little bit of a Duclaw Sweet Baby Jesus. That was one of the beers back in the day that people went nuts over. I think it was one of the first peanut butter beers in the States. But yeah, if you guys had this, let me know. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page, Twitter, and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers and some Nitro Sweet Stout / Milk Stout, and see you guys.